end, those temperatures will continue to drop just a little bit further. But at the same time, most of the wet weather should be moving away. Jane.
All right, Darren, thank you very much. Thank you. And that is it from the news at 1 for today on BBC One. We'll join our newsrooms now, wherever you are. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jane, and welcome to South Today. Coming up, the traders who claim they'll be out of business within weeks after a fire in Midhurst closes the town centre to traffic. We'll find out how this new clinic to treat eating disorders will help many more people across the south. And he's leaving The Late Show. Paul Miller hangs up his headphones after 23 years of his popular BBC local radio programme. Good afternoon, I'm David Allard. Some shop owners in Midhurst say they could be forced to shut within weeks as the main road through the town centre remains closed to traffic. It follows a fire on March the 16th which destroyed an historic hotel and other buildings. Ben Moore reports.
The town is incredibly quiet, frighteningly quiet, eerily quiet, I would say.
This is a town divided. The 400-year-old Angel Inn burned down on the 16th of March. The skeletal structure is still unsafe, so the road through Midhurst remains blocked off.
I liken it to almost someone turning off a tap. So sudden and it's so severe that my worry would be that some businesses may not survive.
Audrey has run her clothes shop for 27 years.
Got some lovely new stuff to show you, and this is to encourage you to come to Midhurst.
She's now taking to social media with a few of her regular customers to drum up trade.
I had a drop of probably about 40-50% the first couple of days. My business relies on people driving through the town, pulling up outside and coming into the shops.
The only way through Midhurst is a boarded walkway just a few feet wide.
It's a big catastrophe, but we need to get the message out there that Midhurst is open.
At one end is the Red H Diner. Along with the cost of living crisis, this is proving a recipe for disaster.
I don't sell computers, I sell food. I need to be able to prepare. When there is something that is a game changer, you worry even more because you're trying to make contingency plans.
Chichester Council says it's waiting for a structural engineer's report.
What would be helpful would be to have an exact time frame, so at least we can financially look at our books and work out what we need to do in order just to keep our head above water.
In the meantime, businesses here have a clear message.
Please do come back to Midhurst because Midhurst needs you right now.
Ben Moore, BBC South Today, Midhurst.
The RSPB says up to 15 birds have been spotted with patches of oil on their feathers after a leak from a pipeline in Poole Harbour on Sunday. The spill came from Europe's largest onshore oil field, Wytch Farm. Its operator, Perenco, says around 31,000 litres of what's called reservoir fluid escaped, made of 85% water and 15% oil. People have been urged not to swim at the harbour or nearby while investigations continue. A 14-year-old boy has been prosecuted after being caught driving while towing a caravan down the M4 motorway near Swindon. When the boy, who's from Ireland, was stopped near junction 16 in October last year, he gave the police a false name and claimed he was 22. The teenager was told to pay a £20 surcharge after admitting obstructing the police and driving without a licence or insurance. The family of a Sussex teenager who died after he suffered an allergic reaction to a meal in a restaurant has secured a parliamentary debate after more than 12,000 people signed a petition. Owen Carey told staff at a Byron Burger restaurant in London in 2017 that he had a dairy allergy, but he wasn't told his meal contained buttermilk. Byron Burger says it has since improved all allergen procedures. Owen's family are campaigning for Owen's Law to tighten up restaurant rules on allergies.
What we're looking for is consistency. The allergens can be written down in the words, or they can be numbers, or they can be letters. It doesn't really matter, but as long as there's a consistent approach, and it needs to be mandatory because at the moment it is a bit hit and miss.
A new unit to help people get treatment for eating disorders has opened in Dorset. Kimmeridge Court in Poole will almost double the number of beds currently available. It means more patients can be treated closer to home. The unit will also welcome patients from Hampshire and the Isle of Wight. Edward Salt reports.
Back home for a break in Dorset after travelling the world. India Black has been making cherished memories with her partner Callum as they've explored the globe. But it's been a tough journey for India, who was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa when she was a teenager.
When you are unwell, you're being dictated to by your brain and you think you're controlling everything, but really you've got the least amount of control that you could ever have in your life. And when you recover and when you realise that there is so much more out there and all that your eating disorder was ever doing was holding you back, the world just opens up and you realise that the true control is the ability to let go of those debilitating thoughts.
India was under the care of Dorset Healthcare.
Steady, go.
Now a brand new eating disorder unit here at Kimmeridge Court in Poole has opened its doors.
Sometimes people need to go out of area for their care. So we're hoping with the increased capacity, less people will have to go out of area. There are 10 individual bedrooms. There are kitchens that we can do sort of food management in. Our service here is also going to cater for Hampshire and Isle of Wight.
Patients like India hope it will help others going through what she's been through.
I think it's honestly one of the best things they could be doing, especially in Dorset, because there's no room, there's no beds. The more support, the better, honestly.
Health bosses in Dorset really are hailing the opening of this new centre. It means that people with eating disorders will be able to be treated closer to home, closer to family, and won't have to travel further afield. Edward Salt, BBC South Today, in Poole.
Now, he's been a comforting voice to many, but now the presenter of BBC Local Radio's Late Show across the South, Paul Miller, has announced he'll be leaving the programme later this year. Paul has been fronting the show for the last 23 years. The BBC had already announced plans to bring in a networked Late Show across the country.
I haven't been sacked, OK? So before people start suggesting that's happened, it hasn't. I have decided that now feels the right time for me to clear out my drawers and get knotted. In other words, it is time for me to say goodbye to you.
And he will be much missed. OK, let's get the weather forecast now. Alexis is here. How's it looking?
David, it's looking pretty unsettled for the rest of this week. We'll see rain or showers at times, even the odd rumble of thunder as well. Fairly murky scenes out there today. This picture of the low cloud and the mist was photographed on the Isle of Wight by one of our weather watchers. For the rest of today, we will see some outbreaks of rain or showers, lots of cloud, maybe some brightness in between weather systems. This is the second weather system. The first one's cleared away. A little bit of brightness ahead of that, but a lot of cloud in general. Brisk southwesterly winds, gusts along the coast of up to 35 miles per hour. Lots of cloud, outbreaks of rain and a high of 10, maybe 11 Celsius. Now we hold on to the cloud overnight tonight in some areas. There will be a few clear spells. Patchy drizzle can't be ruled out, with further rain arriving for the southwest later in the night. Lows tonight of 8 or 9 degrees. So outbreaks of heavy rain can be expected from time to time tomorrow morning, turning dry through the afternoon, but still that keen southwesterly breeze, drizzle through the afternoon as well. Gusts maybe for the southwest of up to 40 miles per hour, inland up to 30 miles per hour, with highs tomorrow of 14 to 15 degrees, so feeling slightly milder as we head through the day tomorrow. A look ahead to Thursday, there will be sunshine and showers during the day, so more sunshine than recent days, but a brisk southwesterly wind during the course of the afternoon, the odd rumble of thunder with some hail, and then the next weather system arrives Thursday night into the early hours of Friday morning. So Friday will start on a wet note, maybe some showers as we head through the afternoon, brisk southwesterly winds and remaining unsettled as we head through the weekend. David.
It's all about the wind. Thank you very much, Alexis. Now, in this evening's South Today, we'll be meeting the filmmakers exploring the South's lost railway lines. The lines closed following Dr. Beeching's report on the future of the railways, published 60 years ago. In the latest of our series looking at the Beeching legacy, we'll see what's left of two routes from Southampton to the Midlands that were used by passengers and freight. All that and more at 6:30 here on BBC One. More, of course, in the meantime on the BBC News website and app. But from the lunchtime team, thanks for watching and enjoy your afternoon. Bye-bye.